Hi, I'm Raj Venkatesan. I'm a faculty at the University of Virginia, Darden Business School. I teach marketing, and my research is on AI in business and customer-oriented business development. In 2 years, you complete both the MBA and you get a master's in data science. And what this really does is it gives the skills of both management and data science for the graduates. So this is what we call as the T, where you get the breadth of management experience, but also the depth of data science skills. And this is a really lucrative skill for employers, because what companies are right now looking for is talent that can bridge the gap between business management, business acumen, and also the ability to use the data that they're collecting about their stakeholders to make better business decisions. The value there would be that if you are trying to start a business within the data science realm, then this gives you the skill of not only developing new products that are new to the world that deploy data science for better consumer or business insights, but you also have the business acumen to develop a good business plan, figure out the best business model for your product, monetization plan, go-to-market strategy, financing. So you understand those skills, and you are skilled to develop the technical aspects of the product as well. There are two solutions to bridging the gap between industry and practice. One of the first solution is something we do very well at UVA, is the use of case studies that are current and that address existing business problems. So the case study method helps students put themselves in the shoe of the protagonist to really apply the business theories and concepts to making a decision. So it's an active learning process where you're really learning by making decisions and by interacting with your peers in your classroom. So that has always been a really good way for students to be able to bridge the gap between theory and practice. Another thing that is also becoming very popular is the experiential learning aspect of it. So in the dual degree program, we have this capstone project, which are real projects that students work on with companies on their pressing problems. One is there are many more universities and many more opportunities available for students, which is like there are more IIMs and more business schools starting that are all improving in quality. And if you look at the rankings of different business schools, the Indian business schools are featuring prominently now. The second is you also see the attitude among the students are much more entrepreneurial, more leadership oriented, and more willing to take risks, willing to pursue their passion, willing to join startups because they want to do something that can change the world and pursue what their interests are, and foregoing maybe opportunities that are more safer in bigger corporations to do that. I'm seeing a lot of students willing to do that. And the third is the emphasis on research has increased. Yes, it is not in terms of volume and in terms of impact, not there yet with the rest of the world, but it is growing in the right way. In the US, I can tell about that it is a challenge to attract good PhD students, because the industry opportunities, especially when you have a data science background, is extremely attractive. So we've had faculty leave and join industry. We've had it becomes more and more tough to recruit students of really high caliber, because the industry jobs are also extremely attractive, and many of the tech companies are doing business research these days. They're running massive experiments, large-scale field experiments that are really not that easy for academics to do. So they are also willing to put in their effort into creating new research in the business field. So all of this is creating a challenge even for universities in the US to recruit talented PhD students. So if you just look at the facts, there are more students applying for MBA positions than for PhD positions in the universities. But that being said, I don't think the research environment in the US is still thriving. I think it is still thriving. Right? You still have students coming from all over the world and local students, and there is a lot of opportunities in terms of addressing new business problems. And also, the job market after the PhD is not just restricted to academics. You can also go into the industry to pursue your passion after your PhD. It's a tough one to know, mainly because the rules are changing every day. And it is also difficult to disentangle international student trends from general trends we see with the MBA program. We do see in the MBA program across schools, and many schools have come out and said that they are seeing headwinds in terms of applications. We have to work harder to get the students every year. Right, so it is happening in the US. It's also because of the economy is doing well. Yes, there is a general sense of question about your prospects post the MBA in terms of being able to work in the US. Those are also questions that are there, and globally the business schools are getting stronger. So one of the ways in which we are trying to address this challenge, especially with international students, is that we, especially in University of Virginia, we have obtained a STEM certification for there are two ways to obtain the STEM certification after you get an MBA. You can either take a set of courses, which we have outlined in the management science specialization, or you take the MBA and data science dual degree. What the STEM certification does is that it provides you 2 extra years of OPT. So normally, if you don't have a STEM certification and you have an MBA without a STEM certification, you have 1 year of OPT, and then you have to get an H1. With a STEM certification, what it allows you is you get 3 years of OPT, and then you get to apply for an H1. So you get 2 extra years of flexibility, so you don't have to necessarily join a company that is sponsoring an H1 up front.